Hello everyone. So let's implement the slowly changing dimension type 1. So what is a slowly changing dimension type 1? We have a two tables like this. This is my EMP test info table and this is my EMP test DW table, right? And suppose if both of them are present in the Azure SQL database. So sometimes it may be happen that this will present in the Azure SQL database and this is present in the Azure Synapse Analytics. But for right now, both of these tables data are present in the Azure SQL database. So if you see over here, the first three record from this one is already exist over here in this one, right? Exist over here in this one. So now if the first time if we implement this SCD type 1, then what will it will do? It will insert these two records into my destination table, right? So this is my, we can say this is my source and this is my destination, right? This is my source and this is my destination. Let me highlight that one. So at the first time it will insert these two new records only from the source and it will insert over here. So now let me show you how it will work. So I have created the data flow in the Azure Data Factory to implement my SCD type 1. So firstly I am executing this data flow and then only I will explain you how I have implemented this data flow, right? What I have done exactly into this data flow. So let me first execute this one, whether it is properly working or not, so that we will try to identify that first one, right? So meanwhile let me open this one as well. So this is my the data flow. So just a minute, let me do some zoom in so that we can explain what exactly it will do, right? So now it is in progress. It will take some time because of the SQL server is source and sorry, Azure SQL is source and Azure SQL as destination, right? So that is why it will take some time. Okay, it is succeeded. Now let me see the data of the destination. See, let me copy this one and now let me copy. Okay, this is my source and this is my destination, right? So now if you see over here, so now if you see over here, both of them are same, right? Both of them are same, right? So let me copy paste this one. Okay, done. So now let me remove this above all the rows. Perfect. So if you see now, if you see now my source and sink both are same, right? My source and sink both are same. Now let me do some more testing. So let me insert some of the record into the source. So let me insert 7 and 8, and let me give some name over here. And let me just now temporary mention anything. So I have inserted two new records into the source, and also let me update some of the record over here, right? So I am updated now the record of 1 to this new phone number, and record 3 with some new city. So let me just mention this one, and let me do the update, right? Let me do the update. Now let me select the data from the source one. So it is having 8 records, right? It is having now 8 records. So if you see over here, if you see over here now, this record is updated, right? This record is updated, and then this record is updated, and then these two records are inserted, right? These two records are newly inserted. So now let me debug this pipeline again one more time. So it is in progress. I have debugged the pipeline one more time. So the data should be the sync now, right? Okay, so now the pipeline is execution is completed. Now let me again see the data into this DW table, and let me see what will happen. So now if you see over here, this is my destination table. So this record is updated now, right? This column is updated now, right? Then this column is also updated now, right? And what happened? It has inserted also these new records, right? It has also inserted these new records, and rest of the thing is everything is same almost, right? In these three record 4, 5 and 6, everything is mostly same. So whenever the any new changes in the source size side is there, that column we need to be updated, and whenever there is any new record is there at that time, we need to insert the record, right? At that time we need to insert the record, right? So now for that purpose, I have implemented this SCD type 1 with the data flow over here in the Azure Data Factory. Now what I have done over here, I have taken one source, and my source will be this one, right? EMP test info as my source 1, right? So just a minute, this will become my source. So what I have taken over here, see, this is Azure SQL as the link service I have connected, and over here I have taken this table, right? EMP test info, right? So this is my source. So perfect. Now what I have done, see, I have taken another source as well. I have taken another source as well, in which I am taking this one, EMP test DW as my source, right? EMP test DW as my source. So if you see over here, and if you open this one, so let me open it from here. So this is my EMP test DW. This is my second one, right? Second source. Now I am checking over here. Now I am checking over here with the exist transformation, I am checking whether that particular id from the source eh, is exist in the second source or not, that I am checking. If it is exist, then for now let's ignore this one. But now also I am checking another thing as well. In that case I am checking it if it is not exist, right? It is not exist, that particular id is not exist into the another source. So in that case I am simply inserting that record into my destination, right? Inserting that record into my azure emp test dw table, right? So that is a simple one. But now if it is now if it is exist, then what I am doing? If it is exist, then I am checking. If it is exist, then I am checking over here. I am creating one hash column. So what is the meaning of hash column? So see, I have to check whether that particular all the columns data is currently now exist, right? So it will creating one hash column over here. Now I have to compare that hash column over here with what? With the second source. So this is my second source. Also over here also I am checking the hash column, right? So if you see over here, so if you see over here, I have taken the combination of all the four columns and then I'm concatenating it. And I'm why I have taken the two string, because concate is only supporting the string function, right? So that is why for id and phone number, that is my integer column, and for that purpose I have taken the two string and I am converting that id and phone number to two string. And now for md5, so this is my hash function. It will give me some hash value with the combination of all of these four columns. It will give me some hash value, right? So see, this is my hash value based upon this combination, right? Now if this hash value is matching with this hash value, so for that purpose I have taken one lookup activity, right? Lookup transformation. And I am doing the lookup with id and id column, and I am checking my hash column and with this hash column, right? Dim hash column. So now it if it is same, now then it will give me the same hash value, right? So let me preview this one. If it is same, then it will give me the same hash value. So let's see. So see, for now it is giving me everywhere the same hash value, right? Now over here I am doing the filter condition. Okay, I am selecting over here. So I want only the four columns, right? I want only the four columns over here, not all the columns. So that I over here there are so many columns are there, right? But I want only the four columns from that. So that is why I have unnecessary column. I have deselected, right? Unnecessary column I have deselected. So over here I am selecting only the required column, right? And and in the last one I want to update also, update only, right? So update if 1 equal to 1. So whatever columns are or whatever rows which has been changed, or whenever this hash is changed, right, hash is not equal to the hash from the another one source, right? So that record will only be filtered over here, and that record will only be updated over here, right? Over here into the final sync, right? So let me do one more thing over here. Let me insert some record over here like 9 and 10. So let me do 9 and 10. Let me give some name. Okay, so this 9 and 10 record will be inserted over here into my first source, and let me do some update also. So let me do for update for some record like 5 and 6. So I'm updating the record for 5 fifth record into the first source, and also 6 record into the first source. Right now, if you see over here, this will become my source. Right now, this will become my source. It is having 10 record. So let me copy that record and let me paste it over here into some new sheet. Right now, let me show you the another table as well. So over here, it should be, I think, 8 records are there, and the records are old one, right, before updated one. So over here, if you see over here, this 9 and 10 record are newly inserted, right, and the change has been made over here. So if you see fifth one, so fifth one got changed, right? So fifth one got changed, and sixth one also got changed, right? Fifth and sixth record got changed. Where it got changed? It got changed over here, right? It got changed over here in the phone number. And so if you see over here, phone number and city, right? Phone number and city, rest of the thing is everything is same. So now let me debug the pipeline one more time. So this is how I have designed the data flow, right? Now let me debug the pipeline. Let's see. Meanwhile, let me publish as well. Okay, publish is completed. Now I can. So this is my second data source and this is my first data source, right? Both of them are present in the Azure SQL side. So let it complete. So this is the data flow I have designed for implementing the SCD type 1. In the SCD type 0, normally no changes will be made, right? In the SCD type 0, generally no changes will be made. So generally the PAN number, if you see the PAN number of the employee or the other number of the employee will not be changing, right? Date of birth also, if you see the date of birth is also not changing, right? So just a moment. I think it might be completed. Okay, it is completed now. Now let me see the data into this one and let me copy everything. Okay, now let me check. It has inserted this ninth and 10th record, right? That is correct one. It has inserted this ninth and 10th record. And let me see the data of fifth one. So see now, fifth data it has updated, right? It has updated over here. Fifth data and also sixth data also it has updated over here. 6 data, it has also updated over here. Perfect. And rest of the thing is same. Rest of the thing is same as it is, right? So this is how we have implemented the SCD type 1. This is my old sync and this is my new sync. And now it is matching, right? Previously 9th and 10th record is was not there. Now it is available. Previously the phone number of 5th is something else. City of ID 6th is something else. But now it is changed as per the source change, right? So this is perfectly implemented, right? SCD type 1, right? So this is how we have implemented. Over here, this hash implementation is very much of the necessary, because we are checking over here, right? We are checking over here the combination of all this column hash value, right? And that only we need to compare with the second source, right? If it is same row or same column values in entire row, then the hash value will also be the same. But if it is not same, then what we are doing, we are filtering, we are checking over here and we are filtering over here. If it is not same, then it will give me the that record only, right? In the filter condition. And then it will, that record only it will flow, and that record it will update only, right? Not all the records. Because if all the column values are same, then we do not need to do anything, right? We do not need to do anything, right? Just like this 7 and 8, right? So 7 and 8, everything is same over here as well. Everything is same over here as well, right? So in that particular case, we do not need to do anything, right? So this is how we can implement the SCD type 1 using the Azure Data Factory data flows, right? So thank you so much.